I need to know if you'll give me a second chance. They don't come around often, but please, you know I can't stand it when you don't talk to me, when you don't talk to me, yeah. There's something inside, yeah, there's something inside that brings me back to you, yeah. No, I can't hide it, no, I can't hide it anymore. To get you off my mind, and I know it's true, and I'll say this to you, I want you back. There's something inside, yeah, there's something inside that brings me back to you, yeah. No, I can't hide it, no, I can't hide it anymore.
As I mentioned before, listen, I sound like crap. As I mentioned before, running those X blades like that, if I had 2 sets of gaiters on there, it would probably do 10 times better. But it does work really good. What I have on there is I have the regular medium lifts that come stock on that mower, and then I have the high lift short tails on there. And a lot of people have been asking me about them lately. Maybe I'll show them again in the video coming up here. It won't be this video, but I've done videos on them before, and the whole point of the short tail high lifts, I mainly love them the best in the spring when you're cutting heavy, wet, thick, tall grass all the time every week, because it gives you the lift like a high lift would, but because of the short tail on the end, where, you know, the tail is the part that comes up, okay? So the short tail instead of a full length tail on there, it gives you the lift you need to cut the grass, but it also ejects it out of the deck a lot faster. So it cuts it and gets it the hell out of there. That way you don't get nearly the clumping you would get with high lifts or running regular blades, and you don't get as much grass packed in your deck. That's come to be the only blades I found even work, period, on those Wright decks. For my area anyway, you know, it's different for everybody, but for my area, those are the only blades that are even worth putting on those decks. But anyways, you saw in that backyard there, I had to go over it a few times with the chute blocker just partially open, and then I opened it all the way and dispersed it. I'll be doing a full cleanup there like I do every year. All I was doing right now is just mulching up the bulk of them, and so it reduces how much I got to do on the final cleanup. The final cleanup, I'll come in with the blowers, I'll blow out the whole back porch, I'll blow out around the trees, I'll blow out the flower beds, all that stuff, and then I'll mulch real quick, and then I'll bag up what's left. So that just takes care of that. But the last few weeks, they don't cut me off, they let me keep going. So the last few weeks, while I'm waiting for the rest of these leaves to come down, I just go over them like I did right there and mulch them up. Those X blades are they're really nice, and like I said, I got the regular stock blade on there, the medium lift or low lift, whatever they call it, and then the short tail high lifts, and the two of them together do really, really well. And it blows a lot of force coming out of that deck, that's for sure.
Light it up, light it up, light it up.
Okay, so here's the deal. You guys know all the problems I've had with this 48 GHS deck, okay? I replaced both the two outer gearboxes and I was getting horrendous sound. Then I took that one off and I looked inside. I showed you guys how there were metal shavings in there, how the gears were all loose, how that was all screwed up. Sent it back to the guy. He sent me another one. I put about 10 hours on it. It was fine. Then it started getting loud again and all the noise coming from that gearbox, and I've just had it. So what I learned in all my research and info that a lot of you guys have told me was if I go the cast iron boxes, the heavy duty boxes, it reduces that sound way down, okay? So besides reducing that sound way down, they're also more heavy duty. Obviously, they're cast iron boxes instead of these aluminum ones. Well, while I was at GIE, I met up with this guy and I saw this booth and I saw some of the cast iron boxes sitting on display at this booth. So I thought, that's gotta be the ones that everybody's talking about. So I stopped and I talked to this guy and I told him the whole story. I played him the video of what this deck sounded like. I showed him everything. Well, come to find out, this guy used to work for Peerless years ago, for a long time. And he's known since day one that the aluminum boxes are junk and they make noise. You can't get the tolerances tight enough to reduce the sound and the vibration, the rotation in there, and they're just garbage. So what he did at some point was went off and started his own company, and he makes the heavy duty cast iron boxes that are much tighter tolerances. The gears are in there better, tighter. They reduce the sound, they're stronger, everything all the way around. And the name of his company is called Pro Gear. So I was talking to him, went through everything with him, and I know for like the 3 gearboxes, I think it was like $1,200, something like that. The 2 outers and the center one. And so I got his information. I spent like 2 hours there with him, and I didn't record any of it, but I actually was talking to 2 other guys there that apparently watch all my videos, and they were really interested in Walker mowers. They did have a Walker on display there at this booth showing these gearboxes, and so I talked to them, and apparently they're both buying Walkers now because of my videos, which is great. I'm glad I could get that information out there for them. But back to the main point. The main point is I needed these heavier duty gearboxes. So I talked to him, found out how I can order them, where I can get them from, and he gave me all the information that I need. And here they are right here in this box that you probably can't see, but they're right here. It is the left box, the right box, and the center box, all cast iron, all the heavy duty ones, the upgraded version. And I told him he needs to get with Walker and convince them that they need to make these standard on every deck and do away with those aluminum boxes. No matter what the deck is, this should be standard equipment on all their decks. So I got these in now. I'm super excited. I've been running the Wright every day bagging, and it does a phenomenal job bagging with the accelerator on there, but I just have to empty it way too many times. I need this Walker. So I'm glad these are in, and now that I'm done for today, I am going to rip this thing apart again, and I'm rebuilding these with the heavy duty cast boxes.